Ba-ba-da-da! Welcome to BanjoBenClark.com, your home for learning how to pick on the guitar, the mandolin, and the banjo. It's not the banjo. It's a fiddle. It's even worse. How are y'all doing today? I'm glad that you've stopped by. Today we're going to learn a Wabash Cannonball solo, but actually we're going to learn two of them. And we're going to do some more work on cross-picking because that keeps being a theme that comes up in questions from my Gold Pick members is I want to know more about cross-picking. So this time we're going to do kind of an intense study on cross-picking. We're going to do two different versions, as I mentioned. Take a listen to this. The first time through we're going to do forward rolls, okay? The second time through we're going to do reverse rolls. You'll be able to hear the difference. Check it out. All right, I think you could hear the difference, right? Pretty cool. That's an old song. It's been recorded by everybody. If you're watching this on YouTube, jump on over to my website. I'd be mighty obliged if you come by and hang out for a while. You can get the tab for this song. It's actually a 2-pager. Big print for you old fellers. You can read it. Just kidding. If you go over there and join as a Gold Pick member or Lifetime member, it helps me put out videos like this each and every week. We rotate out between banjo and guitar and mandolin. And so go check that out and let's get started. We're going to dive through and learn every measure of this, really talk about the pick directions of cross picking. And then I've got a whole other video over there on the website that has me playing the whole song from start to finish very, very slowly. So you can practice along with that. And then I have 3 different guitar rhythm track speeds for you to, so you can print out the tab and practice there. So you've got everything you need. Let's check it out. All right, a lot of you are probably just wondering what in the world is cross picking. And there's a lot of it in this song, and we're going to look at it several different ways. But essentially cross picking is where we're kind of mimicking a banjo type roll, but using a down up pattern. It doesn't always have to be a down up pattern, but that's the kind that I'm going to teach you today. And it's really good, not only just to learn it, but it just makes you a faster player. It makes you a more accurate player. It really works out your right hand, makes it become more mobile. Okay, so the first one we're going to look at the first time through, we're going to look at a forward roll. Okay, and typically these middle 3 strings, it's D, G, and B string, but we're going to have a lot of this going on. But you'll notice that my down up pattern stays the same. I'm going down, up, down, and then what would come after down and up, down, up. So if you want to think about it, if you're doing rolls all in a row, it's going to be down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And that's why I have those pick strokes labeled for you beneath each one of the notes, because it's so very important. So the first time we're going to go through it, we're going to do forward rolls. And then the second time we go through, we're going to essentially keep the same type of arrangement, except just do everything backwards. Okay, do backward rolls. But still keep the down, up, down going. Okay? So let's take a look at that. We're going to kick it off with just 2 little 1/8 notes there at the end of measure 1. And of course, everybody's really familiar with this melody of Wabash Cannonball. Everybody and their grandma has recorded this song. Even my grandma recorded it. But what I want you to do is go ahead and grab the D string or the B string on the 3rd fret and get ready for it, because we're going to need it coming into measure 2. We're going to do our first forward roll, down, up, down. going to come back and I'm going to use my index finger down here on the 2nd fret of the D string. But I want to keep this note up here ringing out, okay? So listen to that. Hear how that happens? Now you'll also notice when I played it up to speed that I kind of swung it. Okay? Instead of playing it straight. That would be straight, but this one just needs to swing a little bit just like it's on the tracks, right? So that measure 2, just slowly, looks like this again. We can release for those last 2 eighth notes. And now we're going to start measure 3 out with a slide. Our middle finger's already in the place that we need to be, the 3rd fret of the B string. Okay, so our first 2 notes of measure 3 is going to be a slide from the 3rd to 4th fret. 1 and. At that point, I want you to take your index finger and bar these first 2 strings. I'm really pinching on the back of the neck with my thumb, okay? I kind of have my thumb bent up like that. It's the same position as what we have with an F chord, okay? But all we're doing, we're in the key of G, so we're just taking this part of the F chord, moving it up 2 frets, and we're going to slide into that. See how we work that slide into a forward cross picking pattern? So it's going to be a down, and then the slide is going to take the place of what would have been my upstroke. So then my next stroke is going to be a down on that B string. Notice that. Pay attention to those arrows. Down, up. Good. Then we're going to land measure 4 right on a quarter note. And then for the second beat, we're already in position. I'm just going to lift this bar to where I'm just fretting this 3rd fret there, and I'm going to slide both fingers from 1 fret behind on that second beat. Okay, and then just move down and then open. It's important to play through both of these strings. But we don't have to bang through them. So one way that I will, my right hand, a little trick to be able to play more than one string at once, is to just kind of loosen my pick grip a little bit, and it'll flow through those strings a little easier. Good. We get into the C chord, measure 5. I want you to do a partial C chord shape. There's our full C chord. We're just going to release our ring finger because we don't need it. We just need the 2nd fret, this 1st fret up here. And we're going to do 2 forward rolls in a row, measure 5. Sounds like this. Good. And then we're going to do part of another. And then we're going to start another forward roll in measure 6. So measure 5 again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Measure 6, we're going to do a D chord, but we're not going to do our traditional D chord shape. I want you to first of all, just grab your 2nd fret of the G string with your index finger, 3rd fret of your B string with your middle finger. We're going to do a forward roll in that position. Then we're going to use our ring finger to jump up and grab the 4th fret of our D string. Okay, we're just following the melody. This bottom note's kind of our melody. Do, 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 do. Follow that. Pay attention to your pick strokes. Good. We're going to stay there. At least these 2 fingers are going to stay there for measure 7, and we're going to do a hammer on. You do that. So we're playing 2 strings at once. That finishes out measure 7. Go back into that same D shape for measure 8. Good. Measure 9. We're halfway through the first time through the melody, and we're going to have just kind of another little kick off, turn around lick. It sounds like this. Good. Pretty cool. Let's take a look at the second half of this forward rolls, and then we'll look at the reverse rolls.